It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one because I already see debating I already see people arguing in the chat. There's some debate topics going on with the Joel Embiid stuff, man. This is going to be an interesting one.
Whew.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for being here. 130 people over here live already. Hit the like button for Sixers Saturdays. Mike Sports Vibes, Tone to Shields of Chalk It Up Sports, and DJ Eastwood of Run It Back Philly. And we're here to talk Sixers. And there's a lot of things that happened last night in keeping up with the Kardashians. I mean, the Philadelphia 76ers basketball team for us to talk about. So, yeah, what's going on, fellas? How you feeling?
I'm great, man. I'm great. I feel good. You know, it feels good to be able to show up to work. You know, I'm not ramping up. I feel like I'm ready to go.
We're ramping up, man. I got my sign right here. I'm ramping up to start ramping up. I'll be reevaluated soon.
Yeah, I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated right now, man. I got a lot to get off my chest, man. Got a lot to talk about. It starts with Tobias Harris for me.
Yeah.
Wherever y'all want to start off at, that's where I want to start, though. That's just keeping it real.
That's what we can start there. We can definitely start there, man. Yeah, everybody, make sure you're subscribed to all three channels. Everybody in here, give us some likes for being up here on a Saturday morning talking about this team, man.
Thank you.
It's not. I don't know how I feel about talking about this team. Like, a part of me as a content creator loves the drama because I'm like, ooh, I got some things to talk about. But at the same time, I'm a Sixers fan. I want them to be normal and good, and it's just continuous drama. So hit the like button for us being up here talking about this team again. And yeah, bro, we can start with the Sixers losing to the Detroit Pistons on Tobias Harris's return to Philadelphia. We let Tobias feed his ego a little bit. He's taunting the crowd. I read his lips. He said, "Shut the fuck up" to the crowd.
Oh, he said that?
What I mean? Yeah, when he was back.
Oh, hold on now.
Yeah, dude.
Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing. Tobias. What?
And he had like 6 points when he did that. He was like 1 for 7. But like we let Tobias delusional ego, whatever, bro. Like it is what it is. But the way that they lost was embarrassing. And yeah, Mike, what's your take on it, man? What's your take on it?
All right, first, I just gotta say this, man. Why we let the Pistons get their first win of the season against us? That's for one. You know what I mean? It's the Pistons. For two, Tobias Harris over me. How did we let Tobias Harris come into Philly, talk trash to the crowd, and act like he's big and bad, like he's that dude? When, look, we made this man look like Ben Wallace, y'all. Let me just read his rebounds real quick. Y'all know who Ben Wallace is from the Detroit Pistons back in the day? I ain't talking about Rasheed Wallace. I'm talking about Ben Wallace, right?
Yeah.
So this man had 14 rebounds. 14 rebounds. He out-rebounded every Sixer player. The most, Drummond had 11. We let Tobias Harris come and out-physical the Sixers?
Well, you know what that says, are we doing? You know what that says, though? You know what that says, really, though? That says that he had a chip on his shoulder and he was actually trying hard, which means he could have rebounded like that his entire career, and he didn't because he doesn't try hard, and he came back in here and tried hard. So it's like, that's how I see that. Like, why don't you play like that all the time, Tobias? You only play like that when you come back to Philly. You know what I mean? It's
just embarrassing for me. It's just like I don't know, man. I just didn't like the energy around the game. It seemed like it was almost like, I'm like, yo, this is a guaranteed win. They're not coming in here and beating us. We're not letting them win. But it's just something about the Sixers' energy is just off. Is it just me? It can't be just me. It's not just because Joel Embiid and PG is out. There's something deeper than that, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but for us to lose to the Pistons like that at home, something got to change. What's y'all opinion, man? What's y'all opinion, man?
Mike, it's starting to sound like sounds like you're talking about a culture issue. And,
yes.
And that's something that the Sixers have been dealing with for much longer than Maxey's been here. I personally believe the Sixers have had a culture issue for quite some time. But nonetheless, in regards to that Pistons game, I called that loss. The day before, I called that loss.
You did?
Yeah, I called it. I was live. I was live either that morning or the morning before, and I said, "Watch they lose this game. They're going to come out. They're going to come out flat. They're going to get out rebounded. They're going to lose this game. That's the kind of vibe that's surrounding this team right now. And you bring up a good point. You allowed Tobias Harris to not only have a redemption game, but he had a double-double, 14 boards, out-rebounded everybody on your team. You gave him some level of redemption, or he feels vindicated all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Granted, it's 5 games deep into the season. Relax. You guys are going to be a lottery team again. So just let's just be honest. But another reason I thought that game was going to be a loss is because I feel like the Pistons have a sneaky good roster. Good roster. I'm a fan of Cade Cunningham. I'm a big Jaden Ivey fan. Loved him at Purdue. It's hard to believe he's been in the league already for 3 seasons. And Jaden Ivey was just going to work.
He was giving us that work.
He was going to work. You feel what I'm saying? I like Tim Hardaway Jr. I like Isaiah Stewart. I like their roster. It's a young roster, but they have talent. And if you allow them to get going, they will beat you. It's just that simple. Like, I mean, they're the Pistons, so they're looking at it from the perspective of they're going hard every single game.
Right.
And you're missing Joel Embiid, you're missing Paul George. I believe it does have something to do with how they've been playing, right? It's one thing to be missing your stars, and you're like, and you're like, okay, we got to step up, right? They haven't played with their stars at all. And I believe not having Joel Embiid has been very discouraging to a lot of these role players, especially guys that you paid and brought in here, like a Caleb Martin, like a Eric Gordon, and you brought back Kelly Oubre. Maxey's been doing everything he can to carry his team, and the only win you have on the season is a game where he had to drop 45 points,
right?
And you had to go to overtime, and you beat them by 2, or was it by 3? Whatever it was, you beat them by 4 points. And it took a Maxey 45-point effort in overtime. Yeah. So when you put it in perspective, this Sixers team, quite frankly, is struggling to win games. They're struggling to control games. They're struggling to show up for games. These guys like Caleb Martin, Eric Gordon, all those guys, they're not meant to be putting the ball on the floor like that. They're not meant to be like true leaders on the offense. They are spot up 3 guys, 3 and D guys. You kick it to them, they throw it, they'll cut, whatever it may be. They're asking so much of these guys, and they're asking so much of Tyrese Maxey. And I'm sorry, like this league has never been guard driven. Well, I'm sorry, let me not say never. Lately, this league is not guard driven. It's not. The league is led by the big guys. The forwards, the wings, the centers. This is the big man league now, and it's hard to win when your best player on the field is a 6'3", 6'2" guard, and maybe I'm being generous with the height. So it's a struggle bus right now, and I had no doubt in my mind that they were going to lose this game, and I made this declaration, and this is going to lead us to the Joel Embiid topic and Paul George. I made this declaration, and I stand by this, and I wrote it down because I want to be held to it. I wrote a date and everything. If the Sixers do not get a minimum of 45 to 55 games with Maxey, PG, and Embiid playing together, they will not get out of the second round.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
they will not get out of the second
They got to
round.
get the chemistry. I agree with that.
It's so important when you got teams like Boston who are granted they lost, but they brought back 13, 14 players. The Knicks, I mean, they pretty much brought back the entire roster. They made a couple trades. They made a trade or two, but I mean, this is that time where you want to start to iron out who you want to be, the identity, right? Who you're going to play through, the flow of the game, tendencies, right? Okay, I know Eric Gordon likes to get the ball like this so he can go up and pull. Okay, I know Caleb Martin, he doesn't like to cut. He likes to go this way. You need to find out your players' tendencies, these new guys. And it's going to get to a point in the season where it's too late. And you're going to be playing catch up. And if Embiid's not playing back-to-backs, if he's on this plan, how are we going to ever really see the full potential of this team? It's that's where I'm at with it. Eastwood,
this has never worked, by the way. A team that like the stars played like 10 games together throughout the season. It's never worked. It never works. It you know what I mean? I understand one guy may be playing 60 games. I understand Joel Embiid not playing back-to-backs or whatever. But yeah, when you got 2 guys that seems like they're going to be low managed, They're not going to play a whole lot. They have to get it together. You know, I watch a lot of at League Pass. I watch a lot of like other teams, and I'm watching all these other teams. All their guys are on the floor. They're ready to go game one. They're building the chemistry the first 10 games of the season. And this whole like the regular season doesn't matter. I think everybody's starting to figure out real quick that it does really, really matter. You know what I mean? Like, 20 games, 65 games matter a lot. 82 games, maybe 20 of them don't matter. You know what I mean? But you got to start going because everybody's already ahead of you. And if you think you're going to compete with the Boston Celtics by, sitting around and playing 10 games together throughout the season, that ain't going to happen. And with like Tone, what you said, 55 or 65 games together. Yeah. If they don't get that, are they even going to, they're going to be in a play-in tournament. You know what I mean? And then they're going to be in the first round against the Boston Celtics or the Knicks. And not only would they not get out of the second round, they won't get out of the first round again. Because if you play Boston or New York in the first round after sitting around all season, it ain't happening. You know what I mean? So, but back to the how they played against the Pistons. I think it showed me finally. I had hope that they would actually still be a pretty competitive team without Embiid and Paul George. And I realized that they're not. And like you said. Right. You got a bunch of role players that are forced to be a number 2 or number 3 option, and then it starts to expose their weaknesses, and that's not fair to them, like Caleb Martin and Kelly Oubre and those guys. It's just not a good team without at least Paul George back in the rotation. It's just not going to be a good team.
I'm sorry, Eastwood.
Yeah, go ahead.
This in right when you really look at Caleb Martin and Kelly Oubre's. Those guys in particular, right? The guards, the guys that can score a little bit, right? When you think about those guys' contributions, Eric Gordon, Kelly Oubre, Caleb Martin, when you look at their numbers, and then you look at what they've done in their careers, they're actually doing exactly what you expect them to do numerically. They're like, as far as Caleb Martin giving you 12 points or Oubre giving you 14 and 16, they're role players. They're actually giving you exactly what they should be giving you. You're missing damn near 55 to 60 points of scoring.
Right.
You have to find a way to account for what between 60 to 70 minutes. You got to break that up somehow. So I look at Caleb Martin and all those guys, and I can't even get mad at them. I can't get mad at him.
I can't get mad at Maxi's efficiency either. People talk about Maxi's efficiency. I'm like, yeah, he's chucking shots all day. He's out of rhythm. He's forcing things. He's going to be shooting a bad percentage. Yeah.
I'm not killing anybody. I'm not killing none of these guys on the court, if I'm being honest. The only thing I kill them for is effort. I feel like effort is lacking in that Pistons game. Efforts, but I think that goes back to the morale. I think they know what's really going on, and I think they know, what the fuck did I sign up for?
Right. Like for Caleb Martin, for me, like, I don't know. I just was expecting a little bit more. Like, it seemed like he's like PJ Tucker somewhat. Like, when it comes to him pump faking it and there's nobody in front of him, like, dude, shoot the ball. Like, there's a couple of times where he's just like, he faking, and it's just like, dude, you're in rhythm. Just shoot the ball. If you miss, you miss. But it's like his confidence for some reason on the offensive side of the ball is not what I was expecting to see. Another thing that a big concern for me personally is when Yabusele, he's our backup center right now, right? Because Joel Embiid's not, he's hurt. And Yabusele in 19 minutes against the Pistons only had 2 rebounds. Jared McCain is a point guard, yo. Jared McCain's a point guard, and he had 3 rebounds. That's a problem. When your point guard is coming in the game and getting you 3 rebounds, and your so-called backup center for now is only giving you 2. Like, I like Yabusele. I compared him. I got so much respect for him. I compared him to Bobby Portis. I said, you got to be our Bobby Portis of the Sixers, and you can't just be giving us 2 rebounds. I don't care about the offensive rebounds. I care about those defensive rebounds, because it just seems like every time we go against a team, it seems like we're getting dominated on the boards. And that was the biggest weakness last season, and I do not want that to be a weakness this season. We improved in so many different areas with the players that we got on this court now, on this team. There's no way we should get out rebound like that. And Yabusele got to step his game up when it comes to rebounding. And and then when you talk about Eric Gordon, I mean, he's not supposed to be 3 points in 16 minutes, 1 assist. I don't know, man. And then Ricky Council, he gets thrown in the game randomly. He doesn't have no rhythm. And he plays 7 minutes and then you take him out. So how is he supposed to get into rhythm? Like, I don't understand Nick Nurse's mindset. I mean, leave him in a little bit longer. I mean, goodness, he's a little bit better than 7 minutes, I think. But The rebounding is my biggest concern right now. Hustle and that determination to get them dang on boards. That's and boxing out. Why ain't anybody boxing out? What is going on? The little things.
Mike, when I was assessing Yabusele, right when we signed him, or maybe before we signed him, when there was rumors of us signing him, I was talking about his rebound numbers in the EuroLeague, and they weren't very good. He's a very physical player. He's a very hard-nosed player, but he's not a very technical player. You know what I mean? He doesn't have like technical rebounding instincts. He doesn't go find a man and box out right when the shot goes up. He just tries to just fly at the loose ball. You know what I mean? And I didn't watch it back, but Isaiah Stewart was just dominating him in the third quarter, and that matchup of Isaiah Stewart versus Yabusele wasn't good. And again, you know, Drummond's supposed to be the backup center. Yabu's not even supposed to be the backup center.
He's not supposed. Yeah,
it's another thing where guys are just out of position because we're missing guys. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Right. And to your point, Mike, I know you make the Bobby Portis comparison. You know, Bobby Portis, I understand. I think that's the goal, right? You want
that's the goal. That's the goal. He ain't that level.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying.
I just want to clarify, level. Like that's the goal, right?
Because that's the goal. Not that he is that. No, he ain't Bobby Portis.
I think Bobby Portis is more offensively skilled than
Yabusele. Oh, wait. And he play. He's an all around good role player. Good role player. He has everything. Yeah.
But you guys are right. I mean. At the very least, knowing you don't got Joel Embiid, knowing you ain't got Paul George, your effort, your hustle has to be. Yes. If this is how you got to play, this is how you got to play. But it goes back to this culture of, does the regular season matter? Because they're playing like, or they're moving like, or they're hustling like it doesn't matter. I'm seeing LeBron playing 35, 40 minutes, triple doubles, going crazy. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about none of these young guys ramping up or taking a time. Bro, no, I'm sorry.
Up.
When I see LeBron, and I know LeBron is a freak of nature. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. But when I see CP3 still playing basketball, hustling into the hustling. You know what I'm saying? I can't. It's hard for me to find that empathy or sympathy, whatever word you guys want to use, and it's kind of hard because, in my opinion, right, sometimes the shots won't fall, right, because they're shooting terribly from deep right now.
Oh my gosh,
right, the shots don't fall, right. That happens. It's part of the game. Sometimes you're in a slump. I can live with that as long as you just keep shooting, because eventually they're going to fall. What I can't live with is lack of hustle, lack of determination, lack of sacrifice. Right. It seems like it seems like a lot of these guys are already see the writing on the wall as to why the hell would I throw my body around? Like why am I wasting my effort? Why am I trying to get blood and sweat and tears on my body? And we don't even have our stars. Like it's almost like these guys almost don't know what they're playing for or don't have a reason to go hard. What's your thoughts on that?
I think I agree with you, man. I think I agree with you. They're definitely missing some kind of drive, some kind of motivation. Maybe they're all just a little bit, you know, demoralized a little bit because we're down some guys, and I think the confidence isn't really high, especially after the way they lost some of those games, the Raptors game and then the Pistons game. Mm-hmm. Alexander the GOAT says Boston is cooking the Sixers no matter how much load management for Embiid. It's the truth. Hey, thanks for the super chat. We could rant about this all day. I want to get to the Joel Embiid stuff because I said last week, and I've been saying for weeks now, as soon as they said he's, you know, not ready to go, but there's nothing wrong, I was like, they're not telling the truth, bro. And people are like, why are you always a conspiracy theorist? And then Shams comes out and finally says it. There's swelling in the knee, in Joel Embiid's knee.
What?
You know what I mean? When they said he's just not ready to go, everything's fine, we're just putting him through a protocol to get. I was like, no, dude, something happened, and that's why he's not playing. He would be if he was just out of shape, he would be playing into shape like he always does.
Right.
So then they came out. Shams came out yesterday and said Joel Embiid has swelling in the knee, and that's why they got fined, because they told the NBA that he has a knee condition, but they told the fans on media day and everything else that he's good to go. That's why they got fined for those two things not lining up. Basically, they lied to the fans. So yeah, you know that Shams said Joel Embiid has swelling in the knee. That's why he's out. So they finally tell us the truth after they got, you know, it's like when a little kid lies and he finally tells the truth when he gets caught. They finally told the truth. And now
we knew you were lying. That's the part about it. We know you're lying. We know you're lying.
You're a liar, Sixers medical staff. You're liars.
Now I'm worried about, and I said this too a week ago or so. Don't be surprised if there's an actual issue and they hold Joel Embiid out for a lot longer than everybody was told 2 weeks ago. And now they say there is an actual issue. Now it's like, how long is he actually going to be out? Now we don't even know, because if there's swelling in the knee, he's not going to be out there until that's handled. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
my question is, was he hurt when he was playing the Olympics? Like, when did he re-injure it? Like, there's so many questions that are not answered.
I'm really glad you said that, Mike. I'm really glad.
If you was hurt
he said
and
no.
he was playing in the Olympics, what did he say?
They asked him that they asked him if they had a setback in the Olympics. They asked him all kinds of stuff in that interview yesterday, and he said no, it wasn't the Olympics.
He's not going to say yeah. He's not going to say
well, that's true.
Because real quick before you play the video, Eastwood, I guess I want to ask you guys a quick question, right? What was your opinion prior to the Olympics when you found out he was playing in it, and what was your opinion? What's your opinion today, knowing what you know now about him playing in the Olympics? So I'm kind of asking you two questions, but I want your thoughts pre-Olympics and post-Olympics.
So for me, it was like I don't know, man. I had mixed feelings because I'm like, all right, we just got knocked out of the playoffs by the Knicks. I just want him to be healthy for the Sixers. But I understood, you trying to get that gold medal with the USA. You trying to, build your Hall of Fame resume, because that's what he's trying to do right now. But at the end of the day, I felt like, all right, so he must be healthy if he's playing in the Olympics. That's what I was thinking. But the end result is he wasn't healthy. And now we're in the situation we're in today. And I just don't understand why it took so long why didn't the Sixers save him from himself and be like, you're going to have to sit out. You're not going to play in the Olympics because we want to make sure you're good for when the season starts. So it's just like, I don't know, man.
Well, honestly,
I get the gold and all that, but
honestly, after knee surgery, he probably shouldn't have played at all. He shouldn't have played in the playoffs. He should have waited till the entire, you know what I mean? But they didn't want to. He didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do that. They didn't want to say that to the fans because it would have been it. That series obviously is over without Embiid out there.
Right.
So
right.
we rushed him back. He rushed himself back. And I never say anything personal about Joel Embiid. The dude's an absolute warrior. He just has health issues that he can't get away from, and it sucks. But I never say anything personal about him. You know what I mean? He went on a little bit of a rant about an article that was written about him, basically questioning his want to play. And nobody can ever question Joel Embiid's want to play. These people that are like, he's just sitting out, bro. These players get all this money and they don't even want to play the game. I'm like, no, he's always hurt. You can bitch about him being always hurt, but you can't say that. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people saying that.
Toughness. That's one thing about Embiid. I've never questioned his desire to play. I never questioned his toughness. Maybe I've questioned his nutrition or his conditioning, but I've never questioned his desire to play the game. The brother just got a bad hand dealt. And again, my biggest problem with the whole situation was never him having an issue, right? If he got an issue, tell us he got an issue, so we can at least make informed decisions as spectators, as fans of this sport, of this team, right? Let it be transparent. That was the issue for me, the lack of transparency, not him being hurt, not him dealing with anything, right? I personally never questioned his desire to play, never questioned his mental fortitude, whatever it may be. I never questioned any of that. My biggest issue was strictly the organization's handling of his circumstance. So I can't wait to. I mean, I watched the press conference. I heard we had to say he got in his bag a little bit. He said I did too much for this city. I'm not. I mean,
he ain't win nothing, but you know what I mean. He ain't win nothing, so that's I want
to tread lightly with that. I want to tread lightly with I did too much for this city talk, because it's like I know you definitely go out there and play, but
what he was responding to, there's a lot of news outlets that took that out of context and made it seem like he was just talking to the fans and saying I did too much for this city for y'all to even question me or whatever. What he was actually responding to was an article written by Marcus Hayes, which let me try to get this back up here. How do I get this back up here?
He's a pot stirrer. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, listen to what he said.
He's a pot stirrer.
This is what they were specifically asking him about. Marcus Hayes in this article said, This is how he started the article. Joel Embiid consistently points to the birth of his son, Arthur, as the major inflection point in his basketball career. He often says that he wants to be great to leave a legacy for the boy named after his little brother who tragically died in an automobile accident when Embiid was in his first year as a 76er. Listen to this. Well, in order to be great at your job, you first have to show up to work. Bro, the dude was talking about his dead brother and his son and saying like you're not gonna leave a legacy for your dead brother and your son if you don't like what? Who writes something like that?
Yeah, he's
and
heartless,
who
man.
He
who
literally
puts that
questioned
out?
he literally
He's
questioned his
heartless.
why. He questioned his
Yeah.
why and used it
So
and
that's what
weaponized
they-
it against him.
That's
what
why
they
he
asked
was
him about.
mad. Yeah,
That's
that's
whack.
why he
That's
was
whack to me.
mad.
Yeah, that's what they asked him about, and he went on that little rant about like I did too much for the city to be treated like that. Because
Wow.
I understand where he's coming from. I put my body on the line every night. I'm injured all the time. You guys can be mad about that, but I try all the time to
He
get
comes
out
back.
there.
He always comes
And,
back.
Yeah.
Always comes
Like
back.
he really should never came back from that meniscus, but he came back
Yeah.
anyway.
I didn't know he broke. I had to remember. He said he broke his face twice. And I'm trying to think. I know the
It was
Markel Fultz,
the orbital.
and then I remembered the Raptors game against Siakam elbow, and I was like, "Dang, this bull broke his face twice.
and
He got drafted. He had a back injuries.
He had
Didn't he have a
palsy in
broken
that series.
foot?
Remember he had Bud palsy in that series against the Knicks too.
Yeah.
Half his
Did he
face
have a
wasn't
broken
working.
foot? Did he have a broken foot?
Um,
Or was that Ben
His foot-
Simmons?
that was Ben
Ben
Simmons.
No, he-
Simmons had the
No, he
fractured
missed
foot, right?
it. Was no, he broke his foot in college. Yeah, he missed his first
Gosh,
season. He broke his
Slick.
foot.
This
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, he missed
I
his
don't
first
know,
season,
man.
and he missed his first season, and then he fractured the foot after surgery. He missed his second season. That's why he didn't play his first two seasons. Yep.
It's a miracle that this man is like. I mean, he's so good, but it's like a miracle that he's playing at this higher level with all the injuries that he had. It's just
Yeah.
like, wow, I can't believe he actually is
I
this
look at it-
good. You know what I
I
mean?
look at it like this. I look at it like this too, from like a personal quality of life standpoint. Like you got a life to live outside of basketball. You know what I mean? You don't do if
Right.
this dude keeps going, he's not going to be able to walk when he's 35. You know what I mean?
He's
like
a big dude. He's not
it
gonna,
might
he's not
be
getting any
tough.
shorter. He's not getting
Yeah,
shorter.
Right.
So
I understand put your body on the line for basketball, but at the end of the day, man, it might be time. It might be time to say I want to live the rest of my life and be able to walk when I'm 40. You know what I mean? Like
can I ask
It's
y'all
tough.
a very
Oh
can I
man.
ask y'all a very controversial
Uh-oh.
question?
let's do it.
Because
Sixer
I've
Saturdays. Everybody hit the
I've-
like button for us, man. 337 in
For
here.
sure.
Hit the like button for us.
For sure, smash that like button, y'all. I've been thinking about this for a few years, but I haven't voiced it until I think yesterday or the day before. On Thursday, I voiced it, and I was nervous about bringing it up because I know once you take that out, once that genie comes out of the bottle, now it's like people pin that on you like, oh, he wants to do this, he wants to do that. But I got to ask y'all this because this is how I'm feeling right now. Is there any circumstance where you guys would feel completely comfortable moving on from Joel Embiid?
Dude, I'm already there, man.
He already there.
I love him, and people take it the wrong way when I say it, but I was there last offseason. I was like, trade the guy while he still has value. It is what it is. It's a business, I don't see this dude ever being back to what he was 3 years ago especially like you brought up the Olympics. What he looked like in the Olympics, he looks like he can't run and jump anymore. You know what I mean? And I don't see him getting that back. People are like, he just needs to get the knee right. I'm like, bro, he's 30. He's had multiple meniscus surgeries on that knee. Meniscus don't grow, by the way. It's a cartilage that they keep taking pieces out of. Eventually, there's no meniscus left. It's not a thing that you can get back.
Exactly.
Was it the same knee that he had surgery on, or was this the other knee?
It's
I'm
the same
just
knee he had
curious.
surgery on.
It's the same knee?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dang. I didn't even
That's what
know
I'm
that. I
saying,
thought it was
like-
the other knee.
Yeah.
And I
So-
think that, and I'm gonna be honest, to your point, Eastwood, about trading him when he has value. I think that ship is sailed now. I think
Yes,
teams,
I was just gonna say, who's giving anything
because-
for him at this point?
right. Teams
You can say, yeah, he's an
teams
MVP
can fleece
level
you now.
player.
They can fleece you now.
Yeah, I got mixed feelings, man. I got mixed feelings about that. Like, I understand, you know what I mean? Get what you can get for him now because he's such a great, talented player. And I understand it, but I just don't want to feel like not bringing Allen Iverson up. Like, he always played through his injuries. AI is a whole different, you know what I mean, beast. But it's just like, I don't want to be the franchise that have two all-time great players and then you just couldn't get the job done. And I understand most of it is because he's hurt. And then on top of that, we couldn't build a team around him. It took us a long time to finally get this roster that we have now. We put a Tobias Harris with him. We put a Ben Simmons around him. We put a Markelle Fultz around him. We drafted Jahlil Okafor. It's like so many different things that we did. And I know
Jimmy
I'm not
Butler.
trying to give excuses. We did get Jimmy Butler, but it didn't cancel out that bull Ben Simmons. And I like Ben Simmons' defense, and he's not a half court. He can't run the half court offense.
Yeah.
He can't shoot. He won't shoot. Yada yada yada. You know when it comes to Ben Simmons,
We
but
wasted
it's
too much
just
time
like
on Simmons.
we
We wasted
wasted
too much time on
too
him.
much time
Oh, yeah.
building around him, and it just sucks because it's like AI should have had a title. Now it's just like, dang, what was we doing with Joel Embiid? So my worst nightmare is we get rid of this man, he goes to the right team, and that team wins a championship with him. You know how salty Sixer fans will be. I'll
would
be
celebrate
happy
for
for
him,
him.
But if he
I
does
would
win
but
a
I-
championship,
I would buy whatever jersey the team is and put it on my
Yeah.
wall. I would sell. I'd be happy for him.
if he does win a championship, it's not because he's the guy. Like he's not going to be.
Yeah,
in
he
my
can't. He
opinion,
might.
right?
I don't know.
I don't think whoever trades for him. I don't think he's going to be. I think he's going to be a secondary option because of his circumstances.
The
Right?
second option, yeah, probably.
I don't think.
Like, say he
He
went to
would
the
put-
Suns. Say we did a blockbuster trade with the Suns, and we got like a KD in return or something like that. Just putting it out there. And he plays with Devin Booker, and who's the other guy? Who's the other star?
Bradley Beal.
Oh, he's never mind. They're not winning it with that. Yeah, Bradley Beal. No disrespect to Bradley Beal.
Healthy Embiid.
I don't
Booker,
know
and Beal.
though, but Bill he be throwing me off, man. He just don't be doing enough for me, man.
Well, yeah,
for that
he's
contract,
he's just a shot chucker. Yeah.
yeah, he's not doing enough for me.
back
But
to the,
that would be a good team though. That would
Back
be a
to
good team.
back to Embiid's health. I'm very negative about it. Are you guys a little bit more positive? Like, do you guys feel like he can get back right and be healthy and get back to what he was doing 2 years ago when he won MVP and things like that?
That's a good question.
Go.
I think for me, right, in life, you don't get faster. You know what I'm saying? You don't get faster. You don't get like you can get stronger, sure, but it's certain things physically that just don't improve. And you said something earlier about the
When you're
meniscus,
30,
right?
Definitely when
Yes,
you're 30.
yes, when you're 30, and then when
You get faster when you're 22.
It
Not
depends on what
exactly.
surgery you get though. Like, cause
I
there's
just-
two different surgeries. The meniscus when you cut it out, and then the one that they stitch it up and it takes longer for it to heal. Joel Embiid had to get the cutout because he came back so soon. There's no way his meniscus healed
right.
for him to play if like when they stitched it back up. Cause you can cut it out. Cause I had a meniscus tear
Oh,
and you
wow.
cut it out, and then I mean it doesn't take as long to play
Yeah.
that sport that you was playing, but.
Right.
It just depends on what surgery he gets. But since like what you're saying, Eastwood, like since he's getting a cutout, you're losing your meniscus. It's bone on. It's
Bone on
nothing
bone.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and I think he's in, to answer your question, Eastwood. I want to remain optimistic about him getting on the floor, playing with Maxey and PG. I want to remain optimistic about that as much as I possibly can. But quite frankly, he's over the hill now. At this point, it only gets worse, in my opinion.
over the hill.
But I mean, like, what he's like right now.
Not talent wise. I'm talking about his body. I'm talking about his physically. His
For
body.
him to last a whole. I got you. I'm like, guys, we talking about.
No, not talent wise. No. I think his talent is very much intact. I'm talking strictly about his
Okay, I got you.
I just think he's over. I think physically he is over the hill, and I have a hard time believing he physically gets better. Now, will his current condition
better than he is right now?
Yeah. Okay. Then yes.
Yeah.
I think
because if you watch his first 3 years, hell no, he's never getting back to that. This guy was dunking from the foul line and bouncing. Now he can barely jump and he does a somersault when he lands because he's scared of the knee. Like that, it's not. No, he's never going to be close to that again. But yeah, you think he can get back healthy and get back to that all-star MVP?
Well, you know what?
Player.
I think the better question is, how many games do you guys think he plays this season? He's already missed 5 or 4.
He got it. What was the magic number? 50 games and to build chemistry to win a championship. You got to at least play. I got him at 50, man. I'm being I got to see it to believe it. I'm so my heart is so invested in this team. I love the Sixers so much, but it's just like at this point, I'm like, I got to see it to believe it at this point. Like, I don't know what the heck is going on with Joel. I just hope the best for this franchise. But after this season, we got big questions. If we don't get out the second round or the first round or whatever, there's going to be a lot of questions. There's going to be a lot of.
They just extended him too.
Bro,
like, I mean,
they just extended him, right? That's another thing.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Too. It's knee swelling. You know what I mean? And they had the whole offseason to try to get that right, and it's still not right. So we don't even know when it's going to be right. So we don't even. He could be out this whole season with knee swelling. We don't even know at all.
Could it be reverse psychology? Could it be reverse psychology for the Sixers to say he has a swollen knee just so they don't get fined? Do you think it's what they probably telling the NBA? Like, yo, he has a swollen knee. That's why he's not playing. It could be them pretty much just making up stuff just so they can be like, yo, to get off my back. Yo, stop investigating us. I'm going to say that his knee is swollen or he got some swelling or he got some soreness so y'all can get off my back. That could be it. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping it is.
But when they do investigations, don't they have to check when they do again? I don't know how these things go, but when they do investigations, does the team have to provide medical documents and they have to provide like how do those investigations
I doubt
work?
It, honestly, bro. I think the NBA tries to cut down on load management all the time. I think the last time they changed the rules was that you have to have a listed injury. You can't just be like this player's resting a back-to-back. If he's healthy, he has to play. So I called that ahead of time too. I was like, well, teams are just gonna lie then. He has ankle pain, whatever it is. He has the flu. Like you can't prove that somebody. When you go to the doctor with like a broken bone or something, he says, "What's your pain level?" He doesn't know. You know what I mean? You got to tell him. You could easily say it's a 10 out of 10.
But you could just say that. Right. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm hoping as a diehard Sixer fan and hoping that we can finally win a championship the first time since 1983. I'm hoping that's the case, that they're just making stuff up just to, get off my back. He's hurt. And we're just saving him for when it counts the most. That's what I hope
so too, man. We got a bunch of people waiting with super chats, man. Let's get through the super chats real quick, and then we're going to talk about the upcoming games and how many games we think they can win in the next couple of games, man. Because obviously we could rant about Joel Embiid all day. I don't know why this thing is so big when I bring it up there, man. Let me see if I can make this. I don't want it to be covering Tone down.
Covering my homie up.
Sorry, Tone. Yeah, stand up.
You're good. It ain't that big deal.
Sixers are the only team reinventing wheels. 14-16, they draft back-to-back centers during the 3-ball era. 17-19, they try a 3-ball with mercenaries who play zero defense. 20, they're trying small iso ball in the team ball era. They're just dumb. Thanks for the super chat, D.
He read this shit out of them.
I was going to bring this up because I was watching the Rockets last night. Look at a team like that, bro. They draft young, athletic wings who can dribble, pass, and shoot. They got Jabari Smith Jr. They got Jalen Green. They got ballers. They got a lot of ballers, man. Amin, what's his name? Amin, dude. That dude's a buck. They got so many scorers.
I ain't got nothing against Jerry McCain. But when I ain't got nothing against the kid. I ain't got nothing against the kid. Besides him painting his fucking nails, it's weird. But let's be honest. When we drafted Jerry McCain, me personally, I was like, really a guard? A guard?
Oh, dude, I went on an epic rant about that.
A guard, bro. Really?
Yeah,
you need size. You need guys that can impose their will. Not a guard that paints his fucking fingernails and plays on TikTok all day.
And Dalton Connect was on the board, and then he goes and drops 35 points in a preseason game and sent the game to overtime. And he was like, "Bro, you could have Maxey and Connect at least out there chucking shots. I don't know if that would equal many more wins than they're going to get now, but it would make more sense, I think, than putting McCain and Maxey together." You're right. I got 4 more super chats here. Chance, was Embiid's extension a premature given his health issues? He still has 2 years on his contract. I would think that they didn't know that he had a problem and they signed him to the extension. And then they were like, oh, shit, he has knee swelling. We might have goofed up a little bit. Shizzo Flex, I'm mentally checked out. Sixers aren't winning a title with this setup. I only tune in to watch Maxey's development if we're keeping it 100. That's where I'm at. I respect that. Why is Joel talking like he's a volunteer, not a $200 million player? Somebody should ask Joel what else he'd be doing besides the NBA. And Brian Pumper, look at the standing. 76ers are only wins for the bottom 3 Eastern Conference team. Joel Embiid is a criminal, and I want my refund.
Real quick. My man,
fans are mad.
My man Frito Ashtray mad at me. He said, "Who cares if he paints his nails?" And he said, "He said,
dude, on that topic,
do they not know Oubre paints his nails? I don't like it. I don't care who does it. If I saw Oubre paint his nails, I'll kick his ass. I'll talk to him. I like the way that Jared McCain plays the game, though. And I do too. Now seeing him a couple times. Here's the thing: seeing him a couple times, he goes harder to the rim than a lot of guys that have been on this team for a lot of years, and
and he likes the contact. He wants to get in there and get gritty. So as far as I'm concerned, paint your nails pink and green. If you're gonna play like that,
if you're doing that,
and look,
dude, if you're gonna play like that,
I'm talking shit.
Wear a dress if you want to. If you're gonna play like that, keep playing like that.
Oh no, come on.
Yeah, and look, I'm talking shit, right? Does it really matter to me? No, it doesn't. Like, play basketball. That's what I care about, right? I care about the ball going in the hoop. I really don't care about him painting his nails. I'm just talking trash. But
I don't want
after saying the play, I do see he plays with high effort. He's a high player.
Yeah. Did you see that one drive? He drove to the lane and he switched. Like, he had the ball on the right in his right hand. He switched it to the left, and it was nice finger roll layup.
Yeah,
I said, "Yo, that it was smooth." I said, "He's aggressive. Right. He might brick the three. He might brick the midi.
He's aggressive.
At least that he's aggressive. He ain't scared. He ain't backing down on whoever's guarding him. That's one thing I like about him. But Tyrese Maxey needs some help with the ball handling, man. He gotta. He needs
McCain
help,
hasn't been able to hit a shot yet, but I still like what I'm seeing from him. You know what I mean? If that shot starts falling, and Nurse, bro, put him out there for 40 minutes at this point. What do you got to lose? Start Jared McCain at point guard right now. What do you have to lose? You can't beat anybody.
Right.
Why not? Why
what
not?
Do you have to lose?
What do we have to lose? We've been losing. All right,
look at this schedule coming up, guys. Look at this schedule coming up. We got the Memphis Grizzlies with John Morant.
So glad you're doing this.
Now, tonight, Marcus Smart and Desmond Bane are out, so that helps us out a little bit. But I still see an L there. John Morant's going for 50-point triple-double probably. The Suns, the Clippers, the Lakers, the Hornets, who are not as bad as the Hornets, are playing pretty good with LaMelo Ball back and everybody. The Knicks,
oh my goodness,
the Cavs, who are undefeated. The Magic, lucky for us, they lost Paolo. If he was still in there, he was cooking before he got injured. He has an abdominal. He tore
that sucks.
Torn oblique.
Didn't he just put up a 50-point nugget up? He just put up 50 points.
He did that. He dropped 50 points for the torn oblique, bro.
That's crazy,
bro. I never tore an oblique, but that sounds like it hurts like hell.
That sounds like he out for the season.
Breathe.
No. They said indefinitely. But
dude, that's the thing. A strained oblique is one thing. If it was just like a pulled muscle, that's one thing. A torn oblique, that sounds wild. But anyway, Magic might be our only dub in this whole thing. Miami Grizzlies again. We got Brooklyn.
Ben Simmons with the.
Is that in Philly? I'm not sure if that's in Philly or not. Friday, November 22nd.
The Brooklyn game is in Philly. Yeah, it's in Philly.
Ben Simmons returned to. If Tobias Harris did us dirty and then Ben comes back and does us dirty, I'm out.
I'm done.
Out.
I'm done. Have you guys been seeing Ben Simmons lately?
He hasn't been doing good. I know he's seen that one highlight pass, that one.
He looks sitting out again.
He's sitting out again too.
He's sitting out.
Awful.
Then we got
people be hyping him up every little thing he does.
The Hornets, bro, I see like 3 wins in the next 30 games.
What is PG? What's the update with him? Like, what's the update with him again?
I'm glad you asked because I totally forgot to talk about that. Paul George is out tonight again, but he said the knee feels really good. He's just focused on building his cardio back up before he returns. So we should see Paul George pretty soon. If Paul George doesn't get out there pretty soon, we're winning 3 of the next 30 games if Paul George doesn't get out there soon.
Man.
Just adding that offensive shot creator on the level of Paul George changes everything. Maxey and Paul George with this supporting cast can win some games, I think.
I agree 100%. I agree. PG changes your fortune. PG just that can elevate your morale. Like
20 to 30 points a game.
Changes everything for you. That's an additional, like you said, 20 to 30 points a game. That's somebody picking up 30 to 35 minutes a night for you. Depending on how many minutes they give them, coming off the knee. But that's valuable minutes, it's valuable scoring, valuable defense that he's going to provide.
Leadership,
coming off of a valuable shooting. Like he's coming off as one of his best years shooting from deep. Like, wasn't he shooting like 40% from 3 or something like that? Like, it was crazy. So yeah, PG coming back is going to be huge for this team. But until then, we're playing the guessing game. We still don't really know what's going on. The only reason I don't kill the PG thing that much is because we actually saw him get hurt, so I can wrap my mind around that.
Yeah.
But still, top to bottom, there's been a lack of transparency with this organization, and I feel like they're doing the fans a disservice. They're stopping us from making informed decisions, and I'm not a fan of that whatsoever.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I don't know if we.
But I'll keep watching. I'm gonna keep watching. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't gonna change.
Yeah,
I
I'll
brought
keep
this up.
watching.
I brought this up yesterday, and I had some mixed reviews about the hot take. And that's what when I first went live here, people were debating in the chat. The Bucks are terrible. They're 1-4. Doc Rivers about to get fired. The whole thing's Damian Lillard doesn't want to be there. He never wanted to be there. He wanted to go to Miami. Yeah, he tried to force his way to Miami.
You think he wants to
Nah, he's already talking. Is he already talking? Did he say
I'm just saying the way that he's
his body
playing,
language. His body language.
He doesn't care at all, dude. He's like, I'm gonna make this money until I get to go where I want to go. No, he doesn't want to be there. I think that whole thing is gonna blow up, and Milwaukee has to trade Giannis at that point because you gotta get ahead of the curve and start over if the whole thing's gonna blow up. You know what I mean?
To the Sixers, man.
And this is what I'm saying. Would you trade? What was it that they put on there, man? Hold up. Let me try to. Would you trade?
Asking would I trade Embiid for Giannis?
No, it wasn't Embiid on the trade that I threw out there. It was Jared McCain, Kelly Oubre, Paul George, and 5 first-round picks. I mean, or whatever with the first-round picks for Giannis. Take all my first-round picks, bro.
Take them all.
You know why I take Giannis? Because he's a high-effort player.
Effort, nonstop. The motor is always moving. Always.
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question. Right now, I don't think the Bucks would say yes unless everybody feels like Embiid can get healthy and get back to it. But yeah, would you trade Joel Embiid and all your first round picks and a bunch of role players to pair Tyrese Maxey and Giannis together?
You looking at hey, look, I'm the odd person out of this. Like, I'm a big Joel Embiid fan.
I don't know how well Maxey and Giannis mesh.
I think they would.
I know
because of just the effort.
I just don't know. I don't know.
He can't really shoot. He can't really shoot like that. He misses his free throws a lot, but his effort alone, man, that would be dangerous. Maxey, Giannis, Paul George.
That would be very dangerous.
Dangerous. But
you're saying we keep Paul George.
And you get rid of Joel Embiid in first round picks, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I mean, most Sixer fans will say yes. I'm different.
I do that.
Either scenario, you're keeping one of Paul George or Joel Embiid, and you're putting.
I'm getting rid of Paul George before I get rid of Joel Embiid. That's just
I don't think Joel Embiid and Giannis would fit. So I would I would much rather
Hold on. I'm trying to think. Like, could Joel Embiid be the power? I don't know. Who will be center? Who will be the power forward?
Because Giannis not really stretching the floor like that. And it'd be too cluttered. It'd be way too cluttered if you ask me.
I still think it will work somehow because it's so much talent right there.
That's a pipe dream anyway.
And look, we talking shit, y'all. We spitballing, but regardless though, like I said, I think this team should have been thinking about their exit strategy from Embiid, and they haven't. They just been hoping that he's going to get better. And I'm like, I don't know if that's how that works.
Owners do that owners do this all the time, bro. Because at the end of the day, that's the guy that's selling their tickets, and an owner does not want to get into like, you know what I mean? They're looking at numbers. They're looking at we sell this many tickets every year with Joel Embiid on the team. If he's suddenly not on the team, is my profits getting cut in half immediately? And then you know what I mean? That's why teams don't trade superstars like that.
Do you think Maxey could be
I was about to say that.
A hot ticket item, for fans? I mean, people love watching him play, and he started to become the darling of the city, more so than Joel Embiid.
Yeah. I think everybody loves Maxey, but I think when Joel Embiid's playing, you're expecting the team to be competitive. Yeah, I think it's getting to the point where everybody loves Maxey, but without Embiid, are they really winning many games with just Maxey shooting 30 shots a game,
That's true.
Got 2 questions. If you would replace Tyrese Maxey wasn't playing right now, and Joel Embiid was healthy playing right now, how many games do you think we would have won? If you just switched. If Joel Embiid was playing right now, he's healthy, and Tyrese Maxey wasn't playing. Do you think we win all those games?
I think
we'd be 4-0.
All right. This is my thing, and I love Tyrese Maxey. Do you think he could be the number 1 option?
No, he's a guard. No, I don't think.
You don't think so?
In my opinion,
because we coming from some great guards.
It can be a number 1 option, but it's not going to win games. It's like that. I always compare it to Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard in Portland. He was dropping 32 points per game that one year, and they didn't make the playoffs.
Still wasn't winning.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point. Like,
Yeah.
I think he can be the number one option if he has a Paul George or Joel Embiid with him. Like, a guys supporting cast.
Yes.
But I don't think he can be your sole. He can be a number one option, but he can't be your only option. That's
yeah.
I think
Paul
the
George
limitation
was in
now.
there.
I don't think anybody can.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody can win like
I
that.
agree. I agree with you.
No,
100%.
nobody can. Nobody. But I'm just saying, like, dang. So, like, what is your opinion on Nick Nurse's like offense right now? Like, does it seem like it's like really stagnant? It just seems like the ball movement for me. Or is it just the team is just bricking for chicken all the dang on time? Because it seems like when it comes to the threes, they are so bad from shooting from the three right now. Like,
They're the worst
I think
in the
against
league.
the
One of the worst in the
Pistons,
league.
they shot like 20-something% from three. It's absolutely terrible. So I'm not really sure what's going on. We're supposed to be a better 3-point shooting team, right? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I honestly think it's, to your point, I think the shots aren't falling. Because I've seen I seen them getting open shots, then it's not falling. It's just not falling. And when you're shooting that poorly from deep, because this is a 3-point league at this point, right? Everybody's shooting threes. It's threes and layups. The game don't slow down until you get to the playoffs. And that's when the mid-range game has more value. But when you're shooting less than 30% from deep, and your star is shooting a career low from deep,
right?
It's kind of hard to win games when everybody else is shooting more threes. At the end of the day, threes are worth more than twos. And if the other team's making more threes than you,
you're losing.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good topic too, because people are talking about. Somebody brought up on a sports talk show. I think it was Nick Wright. He was saying the NBA is going in the wrong direction. Because you got teams shooting 63-pointers out here, and the whole mid range, it's threes and layups. The whole like battling and getting physical in the paint and everything is really going away, and it's just becoming teams passing the ball and chucking threes. I don't know what the solution is for that. I was thinking about it, man. That maybe what if they are like, listen, let's move the 3-point line back 5 feet and start a whole new era, and it'll be the 30-foot 3-point. The 30-foot 3-point era.
Yo,
you got to do something, bro.
I think what they should do is get rid of the like widen the 3-point line, so make it where as though that corner three is non-existent. Now the three has like because you know how like the top of the key, it wraps all the way around. You can get a corner three. Just close that off, and then if you try to shoot for the corner, it's just 2. You get what I'm saying? Like just widen the 3-point line.
I got you.
But yeah, like I agree.
Players are just getting too good at shooting threes. They grow up shooting threes now. They're shooting threes
from half court, man.
Yeah, and I don't agree much with Nick Wright these days, but I actually agree with him in that regard. I've been watching a lot of basketball, and it's not as entertaining as I would like it to be. I don't see too much strategy, right? I just see threes and
What's
layups,
the solution?
threes and layups. And as far as the solution goes, maybe bringing the 3-point line back a little bit. Somebody suggested. I think Nick Wright suggested this. He said maybe you turn 2s into 3s and then 3s into 4s. He was spitballing, but the bottom line is I don't like the direction it's going either. It's not a fun product to me.
Because statistically, that's what you're saying. Because statistically, a 3 is worth so much more than a 2. You know what I mean? That's 30%, 33% more points on one shot. So if you do increase both of them, then it's less of an advantage to hit a 3 over a 2 or a 3 over. I get what he's saying.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but regardless, though, like he says, something has to be done because viewership is down.
Yeah. When I was a kid, man, it was dudes were just going hard, man. It was Vince Carter, it was Kobe Bryant, it was Allen Iverson. It was these dudes were going to the rim, battling, landing on the floor. It was just so much more. Yeah. It's still physical. The players are still going hard, but it was more physical.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
What about the backboard?
My favorite basketball to watch is the mid. I love a mid-range game. I love watching guys get busy in the mid-range, the posts. I like that Kobe Bryant style. I just the triple. No one has a real triple threat. Who's like Melo was a crazy guy with a triple threat.
Yeah.
Like I don't see any players with a crazy triple threat bag anymore. I mean, it's just I'm just not seeing.
It's analytics.
Uniqueness.
It doesn't make sense to shoot 2s anymore. It doesn't. It's analytics.
And what happened to the you shooting the midi and it hits and it bounces off the backboard and goes in, like Tim Duncan. Every time he shot that corner midi, it always hit the backboard and goes in. Like what happened to that? Like no players do that. They just go for the swish and that's it. Like there's no, I don't know, man. A lot of the NBA.
D Wade had D Wade had that in his bag too. The bank shot.
Oh, he did have the bank shot.
Yeah, D Wade had the bank shot back in the day too, off like a mid range jumper.
I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of the time has changed, man. You know, ever since I'm trying to think of one of the best, like back in the day, centers that started the trend. Was it Dirk Nowitzki? Was it Rasheed Wallace? Was it KG? No, KG was more midi. He didn't
Duncan
really
was the
shoot
go
that
to
many
that.
threes.
Duncan was the
Yeah.
go to that. That
He
turnaround
was-
off the glass.
Yeah, Timmy.
It
Yeah,
was so
Timmy
because
D.
they called him born because like all he did was just push you up and just
Easy.
easy money. And my
Hardly
thing is
hardly broke a sweat, dude.
exactly.
And that's what Joel Embiid needs to copy his game
4
off of.
championships off of that, 5 championships doing that. Like I mean,
five,
Yeah.
brother, five.
like come on, man. Like you can't even listen. Production is production. I don't care how you
Right.
get it done.
Give Joel
Right.
Embiid, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili. You know what I mean? Like that team was perfect.
And Boris Diaw.
Yeah,
Boris
the team was
Diaw.
perfect, man.
Robert Ory and
One more super chat. This is crazy. Maxey definitely could have been could be a number one on a championship team if everything is built around him. Look at Curry and Zeke, Isaiah Thomas. This team is built around Joel Embiid. Yeah, it is.
Curry.
That's why I think the Sixers got
Yeah.
blindsided. I think that Daryl Morey built the roster again, assuming you're going to have your two-way MVP player in the middle of the floor. That's what everything's built for.
It's so funny. I would have built this team with
Like a
Joel
hybrid.
Embiid being my second option in mind, not my first.
I think they
hindsight,
should
yeah.
have. Right. They should have because now he's hurt. He didn't even play a dang on game. He's hurt.
Yeah.
Well, I think they
it's-
tried to. I think they
Go ahead.
tried to, but again, going back to Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, I think they consistently tried to get a guy that could also be out. It just never worked out. And now they have Maxey, and the timelines just might not line up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We got one
Maxey's-
more here. Sixers need some work. Joel Embiid needs to be healthy. Well, we all definitely agree with that.
Yep.
You guys got anything else, man? This was a fun one, man. I think we ranted about everything we wanted to rant about, man.
We sure did. We definitely covered a lot.
This is
you know,
Sixers Saturdays, everybody. We're here every Saturday. Mike Sports Vibes and Tone from Chalk It Up Sports, man. This is a lot of fun. I've been having a blast doing this. Thanks for doing this with me, guys.
For sure,
You
for
already
sure,
know,
man.
you already
I enjoy
know.
myself. I appreciate you guys, just opening up, your fans, your supporters to me. So I appreciate y'all, man. Like it's
This is what the Sixers do to me, by the way. This is what the Sixers do to me, by the way. I'm drinking a high noon at 12
High
p.m. on
noon at
a
noon.
Saturday. Yeah, man. Everybody hit the
y'all,
like button.
man.
Subscribe to all 3 channels, man. We'll be here every single Saturday,
Let's
man.
go.
You guys got anything else? We out.
That's it, man. That's
Yeah.
it.
Let's win this game against the Pacers tonight, man.
Is it it's the
Not the
Grizzlies.
Pacers, the Grizzlies. My bad.
The
The Grizzlies. Yeah, it's when beat the Grizzlies.
Hey, listen, real
That's
quick.
a-
Any predictions?
that's a L.
Any predictions? Wins,
Final-
no losses?
I got us winning, man. The game that we not supposed
You know
to win, we gonna win. We gonna win this
You know
game.
what I just thought of? I almost hit end stream, and then you just said that. You know what I just thought of? When Maxey's second year, I think he was going head to head with John Morant in a
I remember that
game,
game.
Yeah, it's going at
and
it.
they won that game. So yeah, this is a
I'm
good
trying to
prediction.
think.
We get a 50-point Maxey game tonight, and the Sixers win. But again, it's one of those things he has to score 45 or 50, or we're not winning. You know what I mean?
I got a big Yabusele game tonight. I got a double. He gonna have like 10 rebounds.
Man,
like
I don't know
14
about that,
points.
man. Zach Edey and
He going he has to, or we gonna get beat down.
listen,
He has to
has
learn
to.
how to. He has to learn how to box out. You can't.
Yeah, he
just
really
be physical.
does.
we're
Yeah.
You
not
can't
winning the
just
battle on
fly
the
to the
boards
ball.
tonight.
You got to box out.
He
We're
has
not
to.
winning the battle on the boards tonight. Zach Edey and Steve Adams is back. Steve Adams
we
is
better hit the
back.
3.
So-
No, Steve Adams is over in.
Oh no,
they
no,
released-
no! I'm tripping. He's not there anymore.
Yeah, they released him when he
yeah.
tore his ACL last year. He's in Houston.
We
I
winning
think.
this. We winning this game. Final score is gonna be 1-10.
But Zach Edey, Justin Jackson or
95.
Justin Jackson, his name is. There's
Jared
another
Jackson.
big guy,
Jared
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless Drummond
better
plays
hit the-
48 minutes, we ain't
Listen,
getting the boards.
I got us losing by like 8 points or something.
8 points. What's the
Yeah.
score though? Give me a score though, brother. Give me a score, man.
If I had to give you a score, I'll say I'll say Milwaukee. I'll say Memphis.
Man,
I'll say Memphis 113, Sixers 105.
I got Sixers 105, 103 in overtime.
105,
Tyrese
103. Let's go.
Tyrese Maxey,
Like that.
Tyrese Maxey 52 in another overtime game.
That's fucking crazy. He got to drop 45 points. And then,
We got to
and then
speak it into existence.
Yes. Are we home?
Yes.
We home. Oh, we got this. We can't lose back to back at home. Yeah, we can.
All right, guys. Hey, man. Dude, it was a blast again, man. We'll do this next Saturday. Everybody
Definitely.
come back through next Saturday, man. Sixers Saturdays. We out.